football at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between our visitors and our home team. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder.
And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type play. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. This one fielded at the 5. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. So Doug Marrone's Jaguars set to take over. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. 1st down, Murray. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. The quick slant caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 8 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 6. apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Now out comes Seattle here. We'll see their offense going in just a second. Speaking of that offense, for Russell Wilson, they went out in the draft this year, got him a couple new options out wide, did they not?
They did, and you can see that they're changing their offensive philosophy a little bit. Remember Doug Baldwin, who was a great target, especially on the underneath throws? He's retired. So strategically, because they run the heck out of the football, Chris Carson was a 1,000-yard runner. They expect more from Rashad Penny this year. They want to have the ability to throw the ball deep, and the only guy they had previously, Tyler Lockett, who's going to play in the slot now with Doug Baldwin retired. So they went out and got DK Metcalf in the 2nd round out of Ole Miss, got Gary Jennings from West Virginia in the 4th round, and both of them can fly. Look for Russell Wilson, who throws a really pretty deep ball, to take advantage of that this season.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs. And you tend to stall them out when you do that. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Murray now. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Brown, 44 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play. A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7. Ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from what...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 34 yards there and a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, Daniels. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Running on first down with Ware. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
The quick slant caught. And he will take it in for the touchdown. From 4 yards out. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now the try here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 4. Five plays there on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars taking over, this being the 25th season of their existence. They'll be wearing pretty nifty patches on their uniforms to commemorate that this year. But I'll tell you what, it's a team that is hard to figure out. A lot of people are saying, oh, they could be really good. They might be a 12-4 team. They could be a 4-12 team. What do you say, Charles?
Well, a lot of people who are saying 12-4, they've bought into the optimism that Nick Foles brings as their new quarterback, and why not? Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion 2 years ago. Keyed that big run by Philadelphia last year in the playoffs that came close to getting to an NFC championship game. So that's why you would say that. 4-12, well, they didn't play very well last year. I think they've still got a great defense, but a lot of this is going to depend on running back running.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first and 10, Daniels looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On second down, it's Ware. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on first down, Daniels. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down from the 21. It's 2nd and 10. They run it here. Ware. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the gun, Daniels. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after try forthcoming.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime the defense has a defender. Short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now, he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Now he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet. So far and fun to watch. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of bounds, but not before getting it down inside the 10.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense. Scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Murray now, 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before half from Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down now, it's Brooks. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. Tied at 28. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On first down, Daniels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
What's tight? Tight is right.
2nd and 3. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. In for the score. As his guys have now moved out in front.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead. 34. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he works free. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Jaguars. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And quite a bit of razzle-dazzle and electricity on that return. It goes for 97 yards. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they look pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in. But the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning. And he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington. But they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
On 1st down, Ware. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down. Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And again, this is Ware. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
Murray now, 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's complete, right around the 8. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Murray, one final try, and he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were hoping to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, if you just were tuning into that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, my name is GamerBoy93. I'm coming at you with a great game that I worked against. I did not think that this was going to be a game that was going to be this huge, and by this big of a score. If you saw the game last night between Clemson and LSU, that was a great game. Trevor Lawrence had an awesome night working the ball with Trevor Lawrence, and then bringing LSU back, being down by 2 scores late, and having LSU come back being 35-35, I believe that game was, and winning with Clemson was unbelievably last night. This game was ungodly, and I can't believe how well both quarterbacks did. Kyler Murray, 16 for 20, and 323 yards passing, and 5 of those things with 1 interception as you watch this game. J.D. Daniels did very well himself, 13 for 18, 211 yards, and 5 of those things himself. Boy, oh boy, and if you look at the rushing, I mean, Kenny Brooks and both Rondy Anderson, not bad at all for either one of them. Rushing, Marquise Brown, 5 receptions for $138, 2 touchies. C.D. Lamb had 5 receptions for $123 and 2 touchies. Kenny Brook had 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchy. The tight end had a reception for 8 yards. Lee Morris had a reception for 14 yards. Defense, boy oh boy, Hudson was all over the field. Jordan Parker was all over the field. I mean, a lot of guys were all over the field in this game. And I gotta say, kick return, Marquise Brown was busy back there with 7 kick returns, 271 yards, plus a touchy, and he got busy also on punt returns with 1 return for 28 yards. But my Lord, Kyle Murray at 323 yards passing is huge. And in rushing, how about AC Acra's Cedric Ware, 10 carries, a little over a $125 with no touches. Wide receivers for the Trojans, Michael Pittman Jr., 4 receptions for 41 yards plus 2 touches. Tyler Vaughns had 4 receptions for 26 yards plus a touchy. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 2 receptions for 85 yards plus a touchy. Tyler Pettit had 2 receptions for 46 yards plus a touchy. Velus Jones Jr. had a reception for 13 yards. Defense, it was the same way for these guys as well. But I mean, my Lord, what a high-scoring game. And Tyler Vaughn was busy as well with 6 kick returns, 232 yards in kick returns. He had no punt return yards, but my Lord, this game was sensational. And I hope the semifinal game against Texas and Oklahoma is going to be huge, because that is the Red River rivalry game. And like I said, guys, I'm going to give Texas the home field advantage. Now, the semifinals are going to be played across the pond with Clemson and Florida State and Oklahoma and Texas. Now, Thursday, guys, I will be back with the wild card games of the losers of the LSU Tigers and the Ducks. The LSU Tigers will have home field again, and the USC Trojans will face the Florida Gators. That game will be played in Jacksonville, because that's the closest place that Florida actually is, near Jacksonville. Plus, that's where Tim Tebow actually, I believe, played high school. I'm not really quite sure, but he resides in Jacksonville, somewhere in that territory. So that's where that game is going to be held. Now, the semifinals for that, I do not know yet. The finals game, I'm kind of thinking about aiming it into the Pro Bowl game. That way it's played outside. That way it's not indoors. That way you guys can get a little bit of excitement. I might play in some rain just to get some treasury on that game, just to see what you guys all think. But holy moly, guys, if you all were tuning into this game, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this was an unbelievable game. It takes me back to my days when I played with just both offenses. And wow, oh wow, it came down to the very last second. And Oklahoma, with me working with Kyler Murray, Kyle Murray gets that touchdown to Marquise Brown to win this game. I really wanted to see Trojans and Longhorns, but unfortunately it's going to be the Red River rivalry renewed, in quotation. So with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed these wild card games. The semis will be most likely tomorrow, dropping out tomorrow. I will be going live and dropping them out tomorrow for you guys. For that, that's it for now, guys. You heard the commentating for Charles Davis and Brandon Gaudin. But like I said, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy, GamerBoy93, and I will see you all tomorrow afternoon with the semifinals games versus Clemson and Florida State, and the Longhorns against the Sooners. Now, I'm trying to think of who I want to have home field advantage for the Clemson game. That game will probably be held at Wembley Stadium. The other game will probably be held not at Wembley Stadium. That game will most likely be held at another venue in or at across the pond, but at a different stadium. But like I said, guys, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all kinds, I will see you all next time. Peace.